Hello, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Beauty Akpai, and today we'll be talking about things that drains your relationship. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on the notification button and click on the subscribe button so you get to know when I come live. All right, let's go straight into the topic on things that drains your relationship. Now, the first thing that I normally tell people is this. I said, love don't just die. People murder it. People kill love. You can't just wake up to say that you don't love someone anymore. There has to be a reason behind that decision or that feeling you're having. So what are the things you need to avoid if you want your relationship to last? And what are these things that drains your relationship? If you know these things, you know how to avoid them. The first thing that drains your relationship is what I call disconnection. When one person disconnects, one person doesn't just feel involved in the relationship anymore, and this can come in form of withdrawal, sudden lack of interest. The person suddenly becomes cold and doesn't just feel like investing in the relationship anymore. This is capable of draining your relationship. Now, the second thing that drains your relationship is conflict and disagreement. It's normal to have conflict in relationship, but when it becomes frequent, watch it. From frequent misunderstanding and conflict in any relationship is a sign that the both of you are lacking behind in understanding each other. So having frequent conflict is one of the things that drains your relationship. Now, the third thing that drains your relationship is not being on the same page. Not being on the same page. When one person begins to feel like their personal goal or feeling is more important than the other person's feelings, and this happens when you suddenly become selfish. How do you know that you're not on the same page? It becomes about one person, and it becomes like you're in a relationship all by yourself. You need to avoid that. Now, not being on the same page again simply means that the both of you are not in alignment. You always discover that you begin to argue a lot, and every time you talk about certain issues, you suddenly don't reach agreements anymore. It's another sign that it's another act that can drain your relationship. Now, another thing that can drain your relationship is neglecting each other. And neglecting each other begins to happen when you don't follow through on promises anymore, when you don't pay attention to your partner's feeling. You're neglecting them. You notice that your partner is sad, it doesn't matter anymore. You neglect spending time with them. You don't pay attention to those little things you need to do anymore. So these two can drain your relationship, neglecting each other. So what do? You need to start paying attention to their feeling. Make sure you keep to promises when you make them, and make sure you follow up on your partner to see if they are okay at a particular point in time. Now, another thing that can drastically drain your relationship is always fighting to win. Okay, when you are more focused on being right than truly connecting to your partner. So many people are so concerned about being right and winning an argument, and they don't know that they are gradually losing their relationship. So what do you need to do when you fight? Sometimes lose for your partner to win. You don't argue or you don't communicate to win. You learn to communicate to understand each other better. So don't always focus on being right. Don't always be focused on being right. Rather, make sure that the both of you are connecting and reaching an agreement at the end of every fight. So don't always be the one that wants to fight to win. Now, another thing that can drain your relationship is unhealthy comparison. When you begin to compare your spouse to your ex, or you begin to compare your spouse to other people's spouse, it drains your relationship. Now, this makes your spouse feel undervalued, or they feel like you don't know their worth. Now, the person's relationship you're admiring is working because the both of them are putting in work. Instead of comparing your partner to someone else, correct them in love and invest in your own relationship so that it will come out good. Another thing that drains your relationship is having unrealistic expectations. Now I hammer a lot on that. It drains relationship. The truth is, sometimes you expect a lot from the person you love, but the thing is they can't meet your expectation. It's not, even God does not meet our expectations at every point in time. So don't expect your partner to be able to meet your expectations, especially if some of those expectations are unrealistic expectations. Some expectations are just too good to be true. Even you yourself can't meet those expectations. You must understand that they are humans. They have their own shortcomings. Don't expect too much. Rather, be hopeful and be good to them. And, don't expect too much. I'm not saying you shouldn't expect them to treat you well, but make sure your expectations are not unrealistic. Another thing that can drain your relationship is refusal to change a bad habit. Now, you need to take note. When your partner begins to complain about a certain habit consistently, you need to learn to work on such habits, because nobody could bear a bad thing for long. The person may love you, but a bad habit is capable of chasing even the nicest person or the nicest people away. So if your partner keeps complaining about a particular habit, you may need to try to change them. And if they are not changing and you're not married, just evaluate and see if this is something you'll be able to live with for the rest of your life. Remember, until you say I do and you are joined together officially, you people are not truly together. I hope this tip has been helpful. I'm going to be coming your way next time with another interesting topic. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel. God bless you.